Hi, my name's Vaccerella. I'm a figurative painter and an artist at Brock University.
Hello. Hi,
Hi.
Mia. How are you?
I'm so good. How are you, Zena?
I am good. I'm
So
happy to have you
good.
here.
Thank you so
And
much.
we have a couple questions for you today.
Amazing.
And we want to talk a little bit about what you do and how your art works. So tell me what you do when it comes to art.
I am a painter, I'm a drawer, a mixed media artist. I like to work with as many medias as I can just to try new things. I focus on figurative drawing and anatomy, so mainly skeletons and like bodies, like humans, focusing on like getting everything right. Yeah,
Proportions are no easy feat when it comes to painting
no.
and drawing. I haven't been doing figurative drawing in a long time. I went to abstract because I recognize how difficult it can be to get that figure and proportions proper. You had a show recently at the Marilyn I. Walker where you had a beautiful skeletal piece. Tell me about that.
Thank you. It's a giant 6 foot skeleton. He has 20 something different pieces that you can move around. You can switch out pieces. They were all made from different materials so that you can kind of make your own collage and interact with the work however you choose to. So there was a full skeleton completely made out of collage, which took too long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very detailed work in there.
Yeah, it's
Made
very
of
detailed.
ripped up encyclopedia.
Yes.
Incredible work with that. That was a huge
Yeah.
success, and that interactive aspect of it was amazing. Absolutely fantastic with your work. The
Thank you.
collage, very inspiring. When it comes to your work, do you find a lot of people tend to shy away because it's skeletal and can be spooky, or how do you find your art is perceived by the audience?
I think people are definitely like standing back because they don't really know that like the interaction is there. Especially because like in the art world, like everyone's like, don't touch anything.
True.
You're supposed to be so quiet walking through like museums and like stuff like
Sterile.
that. Yeah, exactly. Like no emotion, just like staring at something.
Yeah.
And I wanted people to kind of create their own memory with it. So I wanted it to be very interactive. That's something that I find really important because like if I don't get that interaction, then like I find myself very lost and
Yeah.
like
Can
just
get
like
bored.
daydreaming and not really on the topic.
Yeah, I
But
feel
I
you.
think that interaction kind of like immerses ourselves into the work and we get to create our own story and memory with it, which is why I really wanted that to be a part of my work.
Yeah, absolutely. And going off of that, you have ADHD, right? And I feel like
Yes,
that plays into a part of wanting something to be interactive and creating those
absolutely.
memories with more than just your eyes. Do you
Yes.
find your ADHD affects your work in other ways?
Absolutely. I am the biggest procrastinator
Oh,
because
yeah.
of it. I just find myself doing each and every other thing that I can before I get to work.
Mm,
My ADHD is definitely the reason why the interaction is so important to me because like especially in like an educational environment, I really struggled with that kind of stuff in like classrooms and stuff like that. Just like watching what they're doing and like copying it down, but like I'm not really
absorbing.
exactly. I'm just kind of sitting there and listening and watching, and everything can be very easily distractible. And like, I take
Right.
myself away from the work when I'm not like supposed to be. The interaction definitely creates like a more deeper meaning, I think, because it sticks with you more.
I get that 100%. When it comes to your procrastination, do you find that doing some of these works of art last minute actually has a positive impact, or is it something you're constantly trying to work past?
I'm definitely constantly trying to work past that because it definitely stands in my way a lot. Working very last minute, I think kind of gives me like a drive to like keep going and but it's definitely more negative than positive
Fair.
because then I'm thinking of new things that I can do, but I'm running out of time. And like I can't
Gotcha.
do those new things because I
Ah,
waited until the last minute to do everything else. So I'm really trying to spread everything out so that I can work myself towards those things and be able to experiment more with my project.
Amazing. That's
Yeah.
so fantastic. In the future, where do you see these things going once you get, your procrastination under control and all that good stuff? What opportunities are you looking to find yourself in?
Honestly, anything, but I do see like the skeleton is something that I see maybe in like a school environment or somewhere with like maybe younger kids who also struggle with the same thing. It's a cool way to learn, but you're also like getting that interaction so they're actually getting into the project. And I think that maybe something like that in a school would be really beneficial, and it could also help with like anatomy
Yeah,
or the skeleton, or if we did like different systems or
true.
something like that. I think it would be very beneficial in a lot of different
Yeah,
places.
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
like I was saying at the beginning, anatomy is hard as it can be, and these skeletals can have connections in all kinds of parts of education, whether that be science, art, math, all that kind of good stuff.
Absolutely.
You had an opportunity recently to be in a classroom with students and work with anatomy. How did that go?
It was really exciting to share my work with younger students who are just starting out. I can still remember my first figurative drawing and like how horrible it is. And I can look back at those positions that I drew and see how stiff and weird they look.
Mm,
But now I can just like whip one out without needing a reference. And it will look so much better just from like that experience, right? So even my teacher had like other older students come in and they shared like what worked best for them, and that stuck with me. Like I learned different palettes and different techniques of getting the proportions right, which was really nice. But being able to share all my work with those students was amazing. Honestly, it's so fun to see what their work is like and see how it kind of progressed throughout the class, and I am excited to do it again, show them more work.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I
Thanks.
really hope you get more opportunities like this and
Yes.
you get all kinds of time and space to share your work and help educate and have fun with these kids.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to say?
Don't stop creating. I know that I hold myself back and I'm the biggest person to hold myself back. And especially for people who like are interested in art and stuff like that, it's a very demeaning, like a competition kind
Yeah.
of. Like it feels that way, especially looking at everyone else's art. But
Yeah.
just don't stop creating, because the more you create, the more you're going to learn and the more you're going to hate your work and the more you're going to love your work
Hmm.
and everything's going to change.
Yeah.
So just, yeah,
Just keep working.
just keep
I
working.
love it. 100%.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Mia Vaccarella, for
of
being with
course.
me here today.
Thank you
And
so much for having me.
yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Oh, it has been.